So I hope everyone is seeing the screen. Again, as mentioned, I am Don from Hong Kong U. And today we will be looking at engaging your audience. So to engage your audience through gamification. So again, I was tasked by Michael and Singh to at least try to entertain everyone, and hopefully everyone will participate as much as possible. I'm not sure how the previous few sessions that you have, but do expect that there are a few things along the way that we would be doing. That don't worry, I will not force you to do anything that is illegal, but for as long as within the bounds of rules and games, we will be able to have an enjoyable experience. Okay, so um, again, it has already been mentioned who I am, what I do, but one thing that I would want you to focus on is this one credential that I would say to myself that I am eligible to tell you what to do or what you can do or what you cannot do is this. I've been playing games since the age of 5, as far as I can remember. Okay, so if I've been playing games even before that, I would not add that in, but as far as I remember, I've been playing games at the age of 5. And to tell you what type of games do I play is this. Have any one of you tried playing Game and Watch of 1980? Anyone? Raise your hand, digital hand, or if you want, unmute your video and just raise your hand. Or any one of you who are familiar with, let me pull my chat, see if I can see. Any one of you, can you just type it in chat if you're familiar with Game and Watch 1980? Anyone in chat? Or if you are not familiar, you just type in no. I just want to see how much of you have experience. No, lol. Okay. No, with a sad face. No. Anyone else? Come on, we have like 33 here. Don't sit on the fence. You will fall. You have to participate. If we're playing this game, you have to be with me. Come on, guys. It's just 2 letters and then enter, or 3 letters, enter. So any one of you familiar? Seriously, no one is familiar. Even for a $25 Starbucks coffee, I would treat you in Hong Kong U if you pass by. Anyone familiar with Game and Watch? Okay, so these are my very early exposure of what game, or what I know what game is this. Particularly, there is a thing called Donkey Kong. So this one is Parachute. The one that I've tried to play is actually Donkey Kong. And if you look at the screen, this is a very, very old one. So if you see the colored parts, those are just printed materials there. The black and white are the ones that are really moving. So the background is fixed, and the digital character is the black and white version. So if you see this black part, the one that I'm zooming in, and then this helicopter will be moving left and right, and it will be dropping something. So your job is to actually catch those dropping things. So that's Parachute, So Donkey Kong has a similar version. So you just have to avoid those barrel of drums that are been dropping. And this is what Game and Watch is. Allow me to bring you closer to your generation, maybe, if I can use that term. Any one of you have an experience in this? The Famicom of 1983. It's called Famicom in Japan, or NES if you're a US type of kid, or the Western type of kids would call it NES because it sounds more cooler. I wish I have one, yes. I wish I have one as well. Still no. Okay, so normally I would ask this question just to see how much of what's this? Jasmine from Hong Kong U is asking, what the hell is this? Okay, so family computer is a very interesting. Okay, then let me change the question. Yes. Okay, somebody mentioned from HKUSD, Stephanie said, Game Boy would be my first game. Okay, so if I say Game Boy, are you familiar with Game Boy at least? Game Boy? Type it in chat. Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, I'm starting to get yes. Still no? Seriously? Who's this? Yuk Young from EdU. Game Boy! Am I that old? Are we that old? Okay, heard of that. Brian said heard of that. I'm not playing that. So probably you're in the Xbox and PlayStation generation, right? And Switch. Oh yeah, Switch, of course. Yes. Okay. So just for information, if you are a Switch person, that is the great granddaughter or grandson of Famicom. So you are looking at the generations on top of that. So if you look at that, your Switch, it's similar to the idea of Switch. So if you look at this red bar here, okay, so this red bar, you can actually flip it open, and then there is this cassette type, like this big of a floppy disk that you push it in to play the game. So there is still game cartridge. So there's this game cartridge, but now your game cartridge in Switch is just a size of an SD, like those memory card for your computer or for your cameras, right? But back in the days, roughly what 30, 40-ish years ago, you have this huge cartridge that you push it in. You even like blow it sometimes. You blow those cartridge because you remove all the dust inside before you plug it in so that it will play properly. Now, so that is family computer. And then, zooming in years now, that's what you call Switch for Nintendo. Or if you're a Microsoft person, we're calling it Xbox. Or if you're a Sony person, that's your PlayStation. Okay? So this is my very nostalgic days of games. And most of the things that we will be discussing today, and even the things that are existing in actual games today, are actually the same principles and same thinking behind, or same design thinking behind, of what are games that we know now are actually the same from the games we know, that I know few years back, or few decades back, if I can put it more accurately. Okay, so a few reminders. So a few reminders for everyone. First things first, don't sit on the fence. If you've noticed, I will be asking you tons of questions from time to time, and I will be asking you either to type it in chat, go to Miro, type it in Miro, put it in Miro, or at least unmute yourself and talk it out. Okay, so I will be asking you to type things. I do not have, I always put this as a disclaimer. I do not have the answers to all your questions. So if in case you have a question that is difficult, I am not afraid to tell you, I don't know the answer, because again, I am not the be all and end all of knowledge. So collectively, we can find it. Again, all of us have experienced at least, or tried at least, playing a game for sure. You will not be here if you're not interested at all, right? So hopefully together we could find some answers for it. And if you have any questions at any given point, okay? So I am not the usual type like, reserve all your questions at the very end, because for sure you will forget about it. So if you have any question, any spark question at the moment, just put it in chat. I am actually flipping my chat from time to time. I'm looking at it and I'm trying to grab your name and whatever that you put it in from time to time. So please put it in chat. If not, if it is not available in chat, then you could just unmute yourself, raise your hand, right? We're good? Okay, so those are the reminders. Now, of course, if that is your responsibility, I will be telling you my responsibility. My responsibility is that at the end of this session, I will try my best to guarantee you three things, okay? So identify at least three motivational elements to gamify your course. So how can you gamify your course and motivate whoever your participant is, whoever your audience is? And then select a possible topic or lesson where you can apply gamification. Okay, so now that I think after you watch all those webinars that were set, I look at that YouTube channel, quite extensive. I have to find the things that I need to find there just to get the names that I will be needing for this session. And I suppose you will be able, I hope you've watched at least, if not all, some of it or most of it, and you will be able to at least come up with a strong proposal and win. I don't know how much you're winning here. I heard like $1 million or something, probably. $1 million applauses, I mean, and some cash, I believe, to, some funding to support your game. Okay, so this is the two things that I will be promising you. And what I will be asking you is three things. Fair trade, right? Now, game basics. Okay, so we're looking at game basics now, and let's see how we could actually work on it. Now, I hope you are as good as me at this very moment, and I just want to know a few more things. I love asking questions to people because I know a lot more by asking things. And here are some of my questions. We will play this game I have played. So very simple. Okay. Now, how to participate in this is very simple. What I would be asking you to do is this. I will be asking you to, so I will be putting in some questions. Okay. I will be raising in some questions. And if you answer it, if your answer is yes, you have to switch on your camera. Okay. Very simple. The game is very simple. If your answer is yes, you need to switch on your camera. Okay. So as simple as that. If you answer two no's consecutively, then you can switch off your camera. But if you answer yes again, you have to switch on your camera. Okay. So there will be roughly around 6 to 7 questions here. And the rules is very simple. If your answer is yes, switch on your camera. If two consecutive, again, the magic word is consecutive no, you can switch off your camera. Are we good? Thumbs up if you're good. Can you raise your thumbs up, digital thumbs up button if good? Okay, I only got 1, 2, 3. How about the others? Okay, a few more. Come on. There we go. I'm still getting some people who are like, nah, not for me. Okay, so make sure you know where to switch on that camera, okay? So let's try to play this game. So the first question, I have played, what was the question? I have played a game in the past 24 hours. Have you played anything in the past 24 hours? Switch on your camera if your answer is yes. Okay, so now you see the solid gamers here. If you're looking for group mate, find these people. They know their shit. Sorry, I'm not sure whether I could be in that level, right? So they know their stuff. I should be more academic and collegial. Sorry, they know their stuff very well. Yes, they fudgingly knowing it really good. Okay, so look at these people now. They are your gamers. Normally, again, there's this long debate that they say that games would destroy the future of our children. Gone are those days. There are a lot more of this stuff, that research that are coming out, that actually there is a good correlation between people who are playing and being active in terms of being more skillful in whatever they're trying to do. Engineering people would love a lot of those, like top tier CEO would have at least been into gaming for some quite of time. So we will be getting this. So look at these people. They are the ones who know their stuff very well. Okay, next question. I have played mahjong before. Have you played mahjong before? Okay, so I have another one. So I suppose let's see if we get more people joining in. Okay, so we have a few more. Okay, so these are your mahjong players. You're now seeing them. Very strategic people. These are the strategic people, actually. Now, one rule of thumb that I always tell people, tell foreigners, that when they see a mahjong player, you tap their shoulders. Always tell them to people, right? Okay, I see Joe smiling, and I see Sin Yung, is it Stephanie? Right? Okay, smiling. Yes, I always tell people, because my boss, when I first came to Hong Kong, he told me, because I saw them playing mahjong, and he said, "Okay, that is your colleague. Tap his shoulder now." So I did, and then my colleague said, "Whoa, wait! Don't do that! Don't do that!" And I said, "Why? Why? What happened?" And then he said, "If you tap it, it's bad luck." But then it added into my bucket list. At some reason, I want to go to Shamshepo. You know those golden wall in Shamshepo, those very, a lot of bling. Go inside, tap somebody on the shoulder, and then run out. That is a bucket list for me. I don't know whether you want to try it. I suppose you might get into trouble big time. So again, disclaimer on that, but it is in my bucket list. So these are our mahjong players, very strategic people. Next one, I have played a mobile game before. So it doesn't matter whether in the past 24 hours, in the past, a few time. Okay, so we have a few mobile gamer. I suppose the very 24-hour ones, they still answer yes for sure for some of them. Okay, so we have all these people now. Next, okay, let's see. How many of you have played other things? I have played any video games before. So from mobile to like console, computer games, whatever, call it game. You add them in. Anyone who just played or who played video game before? Okay, now let's go to somewhere that is much more common to us. I have played a card game before, whether that is a drinking game in Lan Kwai Fong, because Lan Kwai Fong is already open and you want it to be more exciting and do some cards and shots, or whether it's just a very backdoor kind of poker night. Have you played any card game before? If the answer is yes, switch on your camera. And last but not the least, I think this is the last. What is the last? I have played a board game before. Have any one of you played board games before? If your answer is yes, switch on your camera. Okay, now we are left with Lau Kai Yi, Iris. I have Chixu Hey, Joyce, Angel, and the rest. Okay, so for those of you who have your camera switched off, can you help me type it in chat? Have you ever played any game? If not, why are you here? I mean, I'm just wondering, why are you here? I just want to know what interests you to join this okay, camera malfunction. Okay, so for those with camera malfunction, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Okay, so if you look at the population now, a lot of us are actually gamers at one point in time. So if not all, I believe all of us. If there's one of you who haven't played any game, just let me know. I am here for you. I could play games with you, even if it is a digital or a board game, classic board game. But this is what I meant, because more and more, the more we are actively engaging with the world, if you notice, a lot of us at one point or another would have played a game at some point. And when we're talking about gamification or trying to add some game elements into our whatever non-game context you have, then you will start to realize that it's everywhere. For example, have you ever been a huge fan of, what do you call this, mirror in McDonald's? Have you ever lined up in McDonald's just to get that card of your favorite mirror artist? Or have you bought the new Samsung S21, I think? Because there is a humongous poster of Miro, all the Miro artists there in a big poster and in a very nice mirror box, right? So this in itself is actually a gamification process. Or let me change the topic. Have you ever tried to fly using your miles? I know we're all hungry to fly now. It's like, seriously, Hong Kong, when are you opening up? Right? But have you ever used miles for that? Or have you ever tried to collect stars in Starbucks? Or collect points in your credit cards? This, in its own, are all gamification in your eyes, in front of you. And if you look at it, if you look at all those examples, those real world examples that I just gave you, you would see that it's not only about the older generation or the younger generation, it crosses everyone. So whatever you're going to produce now, or whatever you're going to produce at the end of this project, think bigger. I will give you an example. If you're looking at SDG games are now being played across several countries. It was just a brainchild of these two clever scholars who are very much into sustainability, and they said that we want to include the entire world. And here we are now. A lot of the universities are carrying this forward. A lot of institutions are carrying this forward. How much they're earning, that I'm not sure. We can ask them probably. Now, so this is what the big picture is, and this is what we're going to discover in the next 60 minutes. Okay, so I'm still very much aware of my time. Now, so can anyone tell me, a brave soul to unmute himself, what is the game now? So what is the game? Can anyone unmute himself? What is the game? Okay, let me add some cherry on top. For a venti-sized coffee in Starbucks, what is the game? Can anyone unmute himself? I guarantee this. Find me in Hong Kong, I will go down in Starbucks at our building downstairs and give you one. Venti-size Starbucks. Anyone? Oh, this is a hard sell. I was telling this to Michael and saying this like few minutes before. It's really hard to pull people into unmute themselves. I do get Peter smiling when I mention Starbucks. He's probably a lot more time spending in Starbucks than me. But anyone, what is the game? So what is a game? What makes a game a game? Yes, I have one. Who's that?
Is it people or a person interacting with some media, whether it is another human, a cupboard, or a computer, that makes them mentally rewarding by interacting with it?
Oh man. Oh, hallelujah. Okay, so we have Brian. Brian, from which university? Sorry, I cannot see which university you are from.
I'm from UST.
UST! My Hong Kong U people, where are you? Come on! Okay, anyway. So, thank you, Brian. Okay, so we are looking now. So, what Brian is trying to tell us is that, there's some media that they're. Okay, so there's media that you're going to interact with. Is that correct, Brian? Did I capture it like in a very short and
Yep.
Okay. So,
and it's mentally rewarding.
Again, sorry?
It is mentally rewarding, so like people could have some fun and they want to do it.
Okay, so it's mentally rewarding. I do get another one from have fun in a voluntary way, entertainment and education, from Young, our switch person here. And then we have it fun and voluntary way from Jasmine. Thank you. Another from Hong Kong U. Game is a platform to help people achieve a goal in an entertaining way. So that is another one. Now, all this are actually correct and good answers. But if we are now going to conceptualize, because we are going to create a game, we want to know some specific attributes. So what makes a game a game? Let's say we grab something from Yukyung, entertainment and education. Okay. So what is it about entertainment and education that makes a game a game? That would be my question. So if we're talking about having fun, what makes it fun? What makes a game fun to begin with, right? And then game is a platform where you can achieve a certain goal. Ding, ding, ding. HKBU got like 5 points from HKBU. So HKBU got the first attribute. So there is a goal that you need to achieve. In any game, there is a particular goal. That's one. We got that one. And then Brian got another one. There is some sort of participation, but that participation is governed by what? So these are some of the questions that I will just be throwing you. I'll be throwing you a lot of questions for you to think about. So what makes a game a game? So this is now our question. Now, before we actually look at what makes a game, what I will be asking you is this. Think of your favorite game. Just think about it. Okay? Now, I'm giving you like 5 seconds. If I said your favorite game, think about one. And then now, once you have that game in mind, okay, the next thing that I will be asking you to do is that I will be pasting a link in Miro, copy board, okay, and then we put it in chat. before I put it in chat, what I will be asking you is that think of the game that you like, find an image online and just paste it in Miro. Okay? Game that you like, find it online, paste it in Miro. Are we clear? We're good in that? Okay, so I'll be pasting the link, the Miro link, and then I'll be giving you roughly 5 minutes. Find an image online, paste it in Miro. Okay, so if you are participating now, you should be inside the Miro board. I am seeing 4 people, 5, 7 now, 6. So we're now around 39. So I'm hoping we could get roughly at least good 75%, 30 students perhaps. Come on, don't sit on the fence. You will lose the game. Okay, we have 24. Okay, oh, somebody move it. Let me lock it. Let me lock this one. There we go. Have I not locked it? Oh, I haven't. I forgot to lock it. I see. Okay, so all you need to do is to find an image, paste it in Miro, and then add your name on top of it. So let me do mine as well. Okay, so I'm be giving everyone roughly 5-ish minutes. Let's do an odd 7. Okay, so find an image, paste it in Miro. You could do it now.